More Heroes of the Storm content on Khaldor TV, and today we're going to have another ESL Major League match. ESC Gaming is going up against ESC Gaming, and we have two very good teams going up against each other with that. SK, I don't really want to say that they're struggling, but they don't really put the constant results in that they had few weeks and months back. Whereas ESC Gaming is suddenly making a rise through the European ranks, a very solid performance by the team. They've even been able to take down Navi in one of the final matches in one of the tournaments, and nobody really knows how good these guys actually are. They are playing very well, they are winning a lot of games, but they still miss a bit of consistency. But these days they are very, very good, and if they keep that momentum going, then they will end up all the way up at the top. So right now we're going into the first game of the series, where we're having SK with a Stitches composition playing on Dragonshire against ESC. We're going to jump into the first game immediately to find out who's going to take it here. Is it going to be ESC Gaming or SK Gaming? Let's find out together. Game number one, ladies and gentlemen, here at the ESL Major League between well-met... No, actually, it's not well-met. It's a couple of former well-met players, but we are talking SK Gaming against ESC. Sorry, boys, I was still trapped in the last game. We have, to the left side, SK Gaming with Araragi on Stitches, Zarmany on Tacita, Rave on Brightwing, also known as Kumato Boss, but his real ID is Rave, Bakery on Sylvanas, and Snitch on Sergeant Hammer. To the right side, it's Inviduum on Vala, Snow on Zagara, Get Am Herd on Jaina, we have Neps on Malfurion, and Antihero is playing Jen. So right now, as you can see, we have also Dragonshire, the first map, and the one thing that I want to point out again, because we just found out at DreamHack, Rave, aka Kumato Boss, we always assumed that Kumato Boss is his real ID, and everybody was just saying, yeah, he has a second account and he's called Rave, and sometimes he would try and play with that, and everybody would be like, could you please go to Kumato Boss in your main account? It turns out that his main account is actually Rave. He just never said a thing, he never even mentioned it, and he just played Kumato Boss because it was the account of a friend who got access to the game before him. And at the beginning he needed to wait until he had all the heroes before he could use the Rave ID. He never said anything to any of the casters, and we just found out by accident at DreamHack when we were there and asking him in person, and it was just absolutely hilarious. It was like, what do you mean your ID is Rave? We thought it's Kumato Boss. It's like, no, it's like, it's Rave. Kumato Boss is just like a friend's ID. We're like, and you never said anything? It's like, well, no. So yeah, the guy is Rave, so just in case that you're wondering, did SK get a new player or not, they didn't. So we have the game starting up with the tri-lane at the top, with Bakery, Snitch and Rave getting the tri-lane going for them. It's interesting to see the tri-lane at the top and not at the bottom, where it traditionally is on Dragonshire, since you want to get access to the two camps, the Siege Giant camps here. Regards to the talents, we're having Regeneration Master used on Araragi. Araragi oftentimes just trying to develop a few new paths for the ways that he builds his heroes or his comps, and in this case it's Regeneration Master over Chew Your Food, which is for most Stitches players out there the standard level 1 talent. We have at the top lane now Zagara pushing in against Snitch. Bottom lane is where Rave jumped in. Zarmany and Bakery are down here and starting to put the pressure on Inviduum. At the top lane is now just the two specialists, Zagara and Sergeant Hammer, doing their thing. In the talents we have Rave going for Bribe. I personally like that choice a lot. We see Brightwing players changing it up quite a bit these days, but on this map in particular I feel Bribe is very nice, because you get access to the Siege Giant camp right here. They are already spawning at the 2-minute mark. You have another one over here to the top left. So it's pretty cool if you can actually access those two camps, and if you get the stacks, you just move in, take both of them, and then move back. We have a level 4 for both of the teams. We have a Rancor build also for Vala. Vala these days is an amazing hero, just because you can go multi-shot, you can go the arrow build, which was for quite some time popular again, and now we're having a Rancor build with a right-click potential, and of course all that damage on lockdown, and this is something that should really work out. One of the things that ESC is very good at is controlling maps, controlling certain points of the map, and especially the objectives. You see already how Snow is trying to set up creep everywhere, and normally he goes for endless creep on level 7, and that's another great example of how versatile we are seeing the builds be for a lot of the heroes, and Zagara being one of them, since we already had earlier today another match with Zagara where they just simply went for either battle momentum or her regeneration talent, which you can also get on level 7. So there are quite a few choices for Zagara as well in certain talents. Antihero in the mid lane on his Chen is going up against Araragi, and Chen is just one of these super annoying heroes. The bot lane, there's a lot of pressure on SK now. Once again, ESC is playing a great game, and the German team is actually doing extremely well these days. The last few weeks have been very good for them. They've been constantly rising the ranks on Stormcraft.com, doing really well in the team ranking there, and start to establish themselves in the top 10 with ease. So it was very impressive to see that. They were starting out quite low in the ranking, but with constant wins in most of the tournaments, they're doing very well, especially against the top teams. Even able to take down Navi the other day in a crazy best-of-3 series that we saw. Top lane now, Wraith is trying to help out Snitch a bit, but Brightwing needs to be careful. The polymorph is started, but Brightwing, wow, nearly running into those roaches, and well, Get Head is coming in for the kill steal. Kill steal confirmed. Get moving in here and taking that, getting that Cone of Cold into play. So good job by him. They get the kill and get the faster level 7 talent. That means also that they're breaking the double shrine control that the blue team was trying to establish for a second. Anti-hero against Aragi once again, and Brightwing. That is one of the big benefits from running Brightwing. You don't have the big synergy with Stitches. I mean, you can still use Criterize and Polymorph later on after Hook, but you don't get that stun that Uther would give you. You don't get the Tyrannus stun either and the Hunter's Mark, but you still have that presence on the map where you can jump from the bot to the top and the top to the bot, which is absolutely amazing for the control. Endless Creep is taken, and you can really tell how Snow has a complete control on everything that is happening up at the top lane. Sergeant Hammer can't really do a whole lot. It's going to change once that the level 10 talent is going to be ready. I mean, if you go for Napalm with Hammer, you can really hurt the creep spread of Zagara. Zagara is not going to have a fun time with that. So at this point, as you can see, we're having the mid lane being pushed here as well. There's Anti-Hero once again, and right now Anti-Hero actually in a position where they are trying to push that wall in once again. Oh, he's trying to defend it, at least for now. Bakery and Zarmany are the ones who are going up against him in this case. We're having also on level 7 now a change with the Unstable Poison taken here. So Unstable Poison has been taken to get even more damage in against creeps. And that's actually a really nice talent to take if you want to go for extra damage against creeps, for pushing power, pushing a lane, like get those waves out of the way. You can rack crazy siege damage numbers up there, and it's pretty cool. So with damage in general, I don't think they have a problem. They still have the Withering Arrow, it's fine. You don't necessarily need follow through here for the extra damage, I feel, since they're already having with Sergeant Hammer a great tool to get single target damage in with the auto attacks, and also Tacita for the Storm. So that works quite well. To the top lane, we're currently seeing Snow and Snitch still going up against each other. As I said, once the 10s are in, the creep strat is probably going to get very diminished. Gad is there. They get the 10. He can go for the Water Elemental now. They have also the Wandering Keg. Gad still in position, and yeah, by now Snitch is starting to do his thing against his opponent's creep spread, but they don't have the 10 yet, so there's no Napalm in play just yet. Wraith at the bot lane holding the shrine, and over here it's really just Gad being patient and waiting. Patient and waiting. There's no Water Elemental and no Slow, no Blizzard yet. Zagara is at the top lane starting to push in, and they're apparently deciding against the attack. They know that something is up. I mean, Jaina has been missing on the map for quite some time, so you know that something is happening there. So far we didn't even see a Dragonite yet. There was no Dragonite at all, and well, Snitch is now starting to use Napalm, or at least trying to, against his opponent's creep spread, and that's exactly what we've been talking about earlier. There it is. So starting to get that in, kills one out, gonna get the rest. For Zagara, this is really annoying, but the bot lane, that's where the party is starting, since Anti-Hero jumps in, could go for the Kek here. Water Elemental already in play, putting pressure on Brightwing. Brutish Bile has been used too. The Archon is ready on Zarmany, and nice silence against Anti-Hero and two of his allies, Nepson and Medium. They're all well up, and they have to, but this is putting the hurt onto the wall. Still the experience lead for the opponent on the other hand, and wow, Wraith nearly dying. The blink heal in the last second saving him. Snow is starting to move in too, trying to get more experience in the mid lane now, since he realizes that he's a bit too late to really do enough pressure here. But at the top lane we have Sergeant Hammer, can steal out the shrine, and also of course take down the creep doomers. He needs to really take that shrine though. If he doesn't, then there could be an attempt to get the Dragonite in the mid lane by ESC, and ESC is still in the lead in experience. Up here, a few of the creep tumors have been taken out, but over here, Snow is taking that Dragonite. Whoa, bad barely being like locked out by Snitch. Nice interrupt, but that was a bit of a lucky one, I have to admit. So in this case, yeah, I think Snitch should have actually have moved in. They knew about the position of every single hero on the map, so there was no reason for him to not get the top shrine. I don't think that there was anybody missing. They had 4 fighting at the bot lane, and they knew that, and Snow was in the mid lane and quite visible. Sylvanas is actually down, and Vala nearly dying. It was a battle of 1 versus 1 that they had there. Neps is moving in for the heals in the mid lane. We're having Rave pushed back. Get Amherd, Antihero, and Snow are trying to get the Dragon Knight, but there's a 4-man lane for SK with Zarmani, Aragi, Rave, and Snitch. But now the rest of ESC is moving in out too, except for Vala, who's still soaking up experience at the bot lane. Starting to rotate into the middle now as well, though. And here we have them going straight for it. The right-click build on Invidium with searing attacks on level 7, trying to get that extra single target damage in. Ah, but there's storms everywhere. Zarmani doing a good job. There's also the lava strikes, all that napalm, and this is just like so great for poking. The hook against Invidium, but he has Vault ready, and that comes a bit too late. Antihero goes in, tries to isolate Snitch from the rest of the team, but Rave helps him out immediately. The Maw is catching Zarmani, and at the same time Snitch is still on the menu. They're trying to go for the Sergeant. Hammer gets healed but goes down, and this time Rave is not going to make it either. Was not ready with the cooldown on Blink Heal to jump to his allies, and now the level 13 talent is of course available. Without the top shrine taken by Snitch earlier, this means they can go for the Dragon Knight too, and there it is. ESC immediately rotating to the top with the Dragon Knight, and the rest of the team is already in the mid lane, with Snow pushing in the Banelings and the rotation to bottom, with 3 more players starting to push in this lane too. A lot of momentum suddenly going for them. Very, very well done here so far by them. Great move. As you can see, we're having the bottom keep nearly eliminated already. Up at the top lane, Antihero is starting to be under a lot of pressure from Zarmani and Bakery, but it doesn't matter too much. He had the fort already to half HP. And down here, the party continues. I mean, it's like all night long party hard. It's party hard or go home. That's basically what we're seeing from ESC, and they are doing a great job. Because they are pressuring Araragi, they took down a fort, they're going for the wall, and they have now not only a level lead, but they are even farther ahead than that. They have nearly a 2-level advantage. They move back since the 13 talent hits for their opponents, and that means Shrinkgrave for the extra control on Tacita, with Brightwing not going for sprint or anything else, but instead we're having him go straight for the ice block. Also, it is the evasive fire, together with Giant Killer and Relentless. Looking a bit at the numbers, though, just to give you a bit of an idea what's currently going on. Sylvanas is at 60,000 siege damage. Only Vala is able to rival that right now. That's all thanks to that arrow. Just look how fast one of those waves evaporates. Our Aragi doesn't even get the damage with the slam in. At the time where Stitches is trying to slam, when he starts to lift his cleaver there, that is the point in time when the wave is already gone. And in terms of like hero damage, we still have Vala with the right-click build here, getting the top points. 24,000, that's a lot of brownie points for Vala here. Good job, well done. Atta boy, atta girl, getting the extra damage and leading the ranks. We have at the bot lane a defense against that. Nice ice block here by Nepsa. They have a double ice block, by the way. The improved ice block on Jaina, which is always nice since she's one of the targets that a lot of teams are trying to focus upon. Not the full heal build on Malfurion, since he didn't go for Life Seed, but we have Tenacious Roots for him. The pressure point on Chen now on level 16, and Rave is very far away from everybody else. Bakery, he could jump to Bakery. Nope. Bakery didn't even have any damage. There was no heal possible. So in this case, yeah, Bakery is not going down, but Rave is dead, and therefore we have 5 kills against 0. ESC with a great game. They play a very, very good game here. Nice control. The 16 talents also giving them the Brute expansion, the second Hunter Killer. We're having them with Northern exposure. And yeah, right now, they're just playing an amazing game. ESC is in full control of the map. They have the 16 talent. The dragon appears again. And yeah, they want to have the dragon. And they are going to go for him again. The top lane, Zarmani is going for the shrine. But, well, let's be honest here for a second. Once Invidium and Gad are there, he is not going to do anything. Talking in general just about what's going on here. Still everywhere creep spread by Zagara. But you can really tell how he got a bit less. And it's also very... Yeah, very spot, like, there are only a couple of spots on the map where we have creep, and that's mainly because Sergeant Hammer is always trying to clear that out, as you can see here, with his napalm, so doing a very good job. Hammer, in that regard, a very nice pick against Zagara when it comes to the map and vision control. 16 talents are now also ready for Team ESC Gaming, and that allows them to go into Fishing Hook. Also, the second strike. They didn't go for that tanky build on Tassadar, where you go for Prescience and Dimensional Warp on 13 and 16. But instead, it's more about the damage and the control in the fight itself. Oh! Yeah, well, that didn't really turn out too well with that Vala ultimate, the Rain of Vengeance, and the Kek. So Kek did out of the Rain of Vengeance. Snitch is actually alive here. He does not die, but the rest of the team is not pursued, and SK, as you can see, is still running away. Rave is just barely getting away, and Vala is isolated and drops, and still Brightwing is alive. Brightwing is alive. All of them are just so low. Antihero, oh, gets pushed back and can't jump in with a flying kick. Very well done by SK. A very good disengage. They get a kill on the way back, and they are able to... Yeah, they're able to take down Vala, and they don't lose anybody. They're able to get away with every single team, every single hero that they have. Problematic is that they are going to lose another Dragon Knight. It's going to be too late. Yes, there it is. Dragon Knight is there, and now Snow is just moving back. And if you're a bit newer to Heroes of the Storm, you might be thinking like, oh my god, what is he doing? He's wasting so much time. He actually isn't. They are down one player right now, and they don't want to fight 4 versus 5. So they just move back, wait for Vala to come back, and then they are going to start moving in with the Dragon Knight. And SK knows that, and that's why they are pushing, because they want them to commit. They want them to expose the Dragon Knight so they can burst it down. And there's already the kick against Snitch. Now they have a better position with a 4 versus 4, at least for a few seconds. Vala is back now too, and this is where the momentum shifts, and suddenly SK is on the back foot. And the Dragon Knight with the rest of the team is starting to move in, trying to pressure the walls right now. So it's all about the timing here. But as mentioned before, against SK's composition, it's pretty tricky to really get into a good position, because Snitch is just so annoying. That range on him is insane, and then you also have always the problem that he can use napalm. Oh, Get is down, but our Ragi follows him a second later. Jaina and Stitches are dead. A good more against 2 heroes, and that isolates the rest of the team, of course, which means that we're having actually Zagara taken out, but only a second later it's the kill against Sergeant Hammer. Snitch is dead, Zarmany is dying too, and Rave is... Wow! Rave is, I was about to say, is dying as well, and then it was the phase shift away in the last second. Rave gets away. Unbelievable that he was able to make that escape. This is getting a couple of brownie points. Like, Papa Khaldor is writing down every single one of these actions, my friend, and that definitely gives you a couple of bonus points. So right now we're having actually the wall in the mid lane attacked, but that was a really cool move by Rave. Very well done here. Yeah, again, doing extremely good here. Bakery is still waiting with the Sylvanas for a bit of damage, and with him taking the range talent on Withering Arrow of level 1, should be able to just get a few hits in against the rest of them. The problem, of course, is Chad is just gonna shrug those off, and he's like, oh my god, that tickles. That fat panda that drinks way too much beer and ale is just so tanky. Yeah, our Ragi is isolating one of the creeps. Making it a bit easier to take that camp. But if one of those hooks actually hits a hero, then of course they're a great spot. Unless it is Chen. Chen is just gonna laugh about that and he's gonna like, ho ho ho. Not quite sure why exactly. Like, Chen could be like Chen could actually like be a bit like Santa Claus. Ho ho ho. Not quite, maybe. Haha, nice. Rave trying to get away here. Very unlikely to get away though, even with a blink heal. Or is he? There comes the Maw. There are 2 heroes missing. Sylvanas isn't there. And down goes Brightwing. Zarmany is kicked into the rest of the team. He dies too. ESC is playing an amazing match once again. They are going straight for the double kill. They have 5 versus 3 on the map. They're level 20 with a hardened shield. A double Bolt of the Storm could make it into a triple with one on Vala taken 2, and a Storm Shield on Malfurion. Very, very well done. I mean, this is just perfect play by them once again. The game isn't over yet, and they really need to do something with the level advantage that they have. First, it's Invidium being attacked here. Oh, silenced as well, and wow, they get the kill actually. Very well done. Congratulations to SK, that was a cool kill. Bakery and Aragi with a really cool setup at the bot lane. Blink on Vala, but I don't think she was able to use that. Yeah, that's unfortunate. And again, anti-hero needs to be careful that he doesn't expose the Dragonite too much. But yeah, the problem that happens now with Vala killed is that that will allow the 20 for SK. And even though ESC got the kills in, even though ESC got the Dragonite, even though ESC had the 20 so early, they didn't get anything done. On top of that, on the back of it, they didn't actually accomplish anything. No keep is down, not a single one. So right now we're having the 20 coming into play also for SK, and that means that every single fight from here on out is going to happen on the same talents. There's the Hardened Shield on Stitches, the Twilight Archon, the Rewind on Brightwing, which is going to make Brightwing so much stronger with the double polymorph and everything else considered. The Blink and also Advanced Lava Strike. Well, good luck ESC winning those next few fights. They can. They have shown it several times. But it's going to be annoying as hell. That range on Stitches, Napalm, is insane at this point. And we've all seen several times, not only in this game, but like in the past few weeks and months, how damn good Rave is on that Brightwing. And if he has Rewind as well, that kid is just going completely crazy. He's like one of the best Brightwing players that we're currently having in Europe for sure. And there's Anti-Hero dropping on the Dragonite. I mean, he had to get rid of that health bar anyways, because the Dragonite is going to expire in a second. So there it is. Was the best that he could do. Gets at least a fort for it. No structures killed by SK, by the way. They haven't killed a single structure. And yeah, they go for Anti-Hero. But yeah, no way. Like, that bad boy has Relentless. That helps him against the Polymorph. He has also the Hardened Shield. Like, there's no way that you get a kill on a hook when you are aiming for Chen. That is just not happening. They didn't really know that they would get Chen here, of course, so that was not really the intent. That they get him again. Anti-Hero just blocks those hooks, and he's like, yeah, I don't care. But he's actually, like, he's actually Shrink Ray. No, more after the Rain of Vengeance. They're jumping. Who are they jumping? Actually, it looks like they're trying to go for a Stitch again. Rave is going straight for the Ice Block once more. Blink heals away. Good hook this time. Going straight for Jaina, but a nice blink by Gadam Head. Anti-Hero this time, though, is finally dying. It took a long time for them to take down Jen, but you can really tell how SK is suddenly starting to make some waves here. That level 20 talent on them is doing a lot of work, and Bakery with the Black Arrow is now helping Sergeant Hammer and the rest of the team to drop the first few structures. And this is the big problem that I've been mentioning it earlier, and here it is again. The problem that ESC has is that they simply did not get anything done when they had a massive advantage. The talent leads that they had, they didn't exploit them enough, so now suddenly they are on level 20 versus 20 when it comes to talents, and with that, they are falling behind. They don't have a tank, and without a tank, good luck trying to stop that momentum. Not gonna happen. The keep is gonna fall. The keep is gonna fall, and if it's Snitch dropping one Lava Strike after another, using the Napalm to drop it, it is gonna go down. There it is, the kill against the keep, and SK is starting to take a lead in the game. So right now, ESC has to really reevaluate how they're going to approach the team fight. Must be super frustrating for them. I mean, think about it. You're dominating the game. You have 10 kills against 4. You're dropping targets left, right, bottom, center. And at the entire time, you are up in experience. And then suddenly, you lose a target. Like, it all started with Inviduum and Vala getting hooked down here. It was a really good setup by SK, getting the kill. So that allowed them to just stop the momentum of ESC for a bit. The Dragonite didn't really do anything for them. They lost the level 20 advantage that they had with the extra talent, and from that point on, when the level 20s were there for SK and they didn't even lose a keep yet, they were just able to fight on even footing with their momentum and with their opponents, and that's the big deal here. This is really one of the problems that you oftentimes have in Heroes of the Storm. You can lead with 3 levels. If you are not able to at least kill one keep, with a level 20 hitting first for you, and you are having like a 1 or 2 level advantage, you should always be able to kill more than a keep. Try to finish it even, or at least drop a second keep as well. But in this case, none of that happened. ESC didn't get that chance, but once the level 20 hits for the opponent, even if you're 2 levels ahead, that set advantage is not something that is good enough to really give you a massive edge during the fight. So it's more about the talents, and those talents are great for SK. Double Polymorph Rewind on Brightwing, god, yeah, that's good. And Rave is one of the best supports that we have in Europe, and he's showing that again. Snow there, get here, jumping away with a blink, Tranquility used, and they are going straight for the Raid of Vengeance. which hits once, not even that. Wraith with the ice block, and the blink heal helping him out here. Zarmany is being kept alive, moves away, there comes the double more, and ESC is still in position, but they have a lot of their ults already down, all of them, for both the teams are gone. But Snitch, of course, still has this napalm, and he's using it. Gadam had the old improved ice block version on him, but the kill against Dazzler first, but Jaina is now down as well. Oh my god, this ESC low with a good hook. Aragi could isolate one of them, but he doesn't really get it in just yet. We're having Anti-Hero moving away. Napalm once. Is there gonna be a hook? The hook! Doesn't hit anything. That would have been a sure kill. Malfurion, Chen, no matter what, if they get the hook in there, then it is another kill for them. But yeah, suddenly those team fights are looking very, very different than they did before. We're 23 minutes into the game, and now Brightwing at the bot lane is capturing out the shrine, and that will allow them to go with the Dragonite. And that's the first one for them in the entire game. And nope, there it is. They interrupt on the channel. And once again, we have Snitch. The Bakery is also using the wave right now. Could have jumped in there, but that would have been exposing himself a bit too much. Oh, the hook actually hitting Neps on the way back. They're getting him into the action. Here comes a great napalm, hitting more than only like 1 or 2 heroes. I think he hit the entire bunch of them. In comes again Chen, jumping for it. Right-click damage on Vala, trying to drop Snitch out of the tank. That didn't happen just yet. In terms of damage, like hero damage, 73,000 on Sergeant Hammer. Look at that. Like, by the way, look at that damage that we are seeing for Siege on Sylvanas. 190,000. Are you kidding me? That level 7 talent really, really doing work. And at this point, this is a brilliant game. I mean, right now, this is just so much fun. We're having great fights between the two teams here. And the top lane, that is where SK is currently starting to push in. They had a hard cam, a bruiser cam, going strong, and that's why this keep is currently out of ammunition, so ESC might lose another one. They were trying to rotate down to the bot lane and capture the shrine. They didn't get the chance to do that. Heroics are up for both of the teams. All of their heroic abilities are up again. Snow blinks in for a more, exposes himself, gets nearly dropped. Here comes Anti-Hero with a wandering keck. Snow just barely moving away, and the pressure against Invidium, who uses his vault even after getting shrink rate here. Our Aragi is moving in once again, a good route, but our Aragi goes down first. The burst, there's so much burst, and they're trying to drop Snitch. In comes Anti-Hero with a flying kick, but Neps and Gadamhead are so low, both of them. Bakery jumps away in the last second. Just look at those hit point bars. They kill against Tesla, and they get Sergeant Hammer. All of ESC is so low. Their blinks are just what keeps them alive here. Their Bolt of the Storms are absolutely amazing, and Wraith is still alive. Wraith is he's definitely one of the best supporters that we're having in Europe right now. He's definitely amongst the top 3. Grand Paquette is another one that you definitely have to mention here. But yeah, those two belong in the top 3 for sure. They are amazing, and Wraith is just showing that again. He's the only survivor together with Sylvanas of that battle, and that was a slaughter right there. It was amazing how ESC was able to keep their heroes alive. The triple Bolt of the Storm helping them so much there, jumping away in the last second, using those escape skills, and now even aggressively going straight for Bakery. Just barely the Haunting Wave, saving Sylvana's ass. And it's an ass worth saving, let's be honest here. Invidium and Nepsa, they protect Anti-Hero. He's going to get the Dragonite for the team now, and with that, they are starting to move into the mid lane. There is still the pressure against the top keep. We mentioned that earlier. The bottom keep of ESC is gone, and they are finally in a position where they can do some damage. Look at that damage. 1,240 hit points with every single swing of the axe. Anti-Hero is giving SK the axe right now. They are getting axed into the ground. And yeah, Wraith with the blink here, moving back again. At the same time, here it is. They're going for the keep. There's nobody to disable that just yet or tank the shots. The hook against Anti-Hero. They're trying to drop him out of the Dragonite. They're doing well, but the keep is going to fall regardless. Yeah, this battle axe is just way too strong. Anti-Hero and his gen is going to jump out in a second. And Vito. The maul? That was a bad maul. That didn't really work at all. So in that case, Zagara not hitting anybody here. Here comes the attack though. In comes Anti-Hero with a keck. They're trying to isolate Snitch. She can still thrust her away. Can't he? Apparently. Oh my god, what was that? Invidium is completely missing the Rain of Vengeance. I think he needs glasses. Like that was... Oh, Invidium. That was pretty sad. He's a great Vala player actually, but in that case he missed that one completely. But it's so easy to do that. A small twitch with the mouse and then suddenly you're just a centimeter off, and that's all that it takes. He didn't hit a single wave there. Maybe he was just anticipating Hammer to go more to the right and was trying to use them there, but whatever it was, they didn't get the kill. But they got a kill against Brightwing. A kill against Brightwing, the counter kill against Jaina, so it doesn't really matter too much. Heroics are all down, but of course it's a missed opportunity here that they had. Hammer apparently did not have thrusters, and now it's the hard cam that both teams are fighting for. Nice hook against Nepse. They can't capitalize on it. Invidum actually bolting into the fight. Still has Blink ready, and a good kill against Tacita. Really well done, making up for that earlier blunder. Invidum getting a great kill against Tacita that allows them to get the camp, and ESC is once again in control. We have anti-hero hooked and moving away. Araragi must be quite frustrated. Chen is definitely not the hero that he wants to hook here, but every single time when he tries to get somebody, it's that fat Panda that's in the way. That's right in there, and yeah. I mean, right now we're having Snow and Nepse. They're starting to take camps on the map. They're even moving down to the bot lane now to get another bruiser camp. Yeah, we have also right here Bakery now starting to rotate down there too. By the way, 220,000 siege damage on Sylvanas by now, just saying. 100,000 hero damage on Sergeant Hammer, and Vala with 84,000. This is a half an hour game already. We are at 29 minutes and 30 seconds at this point. Those Dragonites are getting stronger and stronger and stronger, and at some point they are gonna hit like The Rock. Did you see that last Fast and the Furious? A shit movie, but still good action scenes, at least a few of them. But oh boy, what was that movie bagged. Like, that was really cringe-worthy. Hashtag cringe all over. I was disappointed. As a Fast and Furious fan, I was disappointed. How did we end up with Fast and Furious? Oh yeah, because the Dragonite is a little bit like The Rock, hitting like a truck. Okay, that's cheese. That's cheese right there. I mean, like, really, you can hit that from over there? What the hell? Anti-hero must be like thinking like, what the heck is going on there? A good route though. So they know where Hammer is and they're trying to abuse that. Anti-hero is trying to go for it again. It's like, you gotta be joking, right? So there's no way they get that dragon. Look at Snitch there. He's enjoying that. He's probably smiling. Like, if you ever met Snitch, like, he's a bit like, oh, where the hell did Brightwing die? Gad, look at you. What a bad boy. With his water element, he doesn't only drop the key, but he kills Brightwing as well. What a boss. Like, oh my god, that Jaina, she's not only sexy, but she is strong too. I like it. Oh, and there's a GG because the Dragonite has been taken. This time they got it. The kill against Jaina doesn't matter. No, not with all of the keeps eliminated. Well played here by ESC. Anti-hero is moving in, and half an hour in, 1,400 damage points per hit on that Dragonite. Yep, there we go. This is going to be game, ladies and gentlemen. Really well played here by ESC. A great match that we've seen on map number 1. That was only the first map, by the way. This is only the first one, guys. So ESC is in the lead in the best of 3 at the ESL Major League. Congratulations, and we're going to jump into the second game in just a sec. A great first game that we had there, really well played by both of the teams, but at the end of the match it is ESC Gaming with a 1-0 lead in the best of 3 series. An absolutely incredible performance here, back and forth the entire time, especially when SK was able to hit their level 20 as well. Those fights were absolutely amazing. Now we're going into game number 2 on the other hand, and it is Tomb of the Spider Queen, which is actually quite surprising considering that this is probably the best map for ESC Gaming. They have constantly been winning on this map. Teams are not banning the map out against them just yet, and we're gonna find out if SK's confidence in their own abilities on the map is justified or if ESC Gaming is gonna take another victory here. SK plays a blood for blood composition that we've seen actually a lot on this map, and let's see how ESC Gaming is gonna handle that. So guys, Tomb of the Spider Queen, map number 2 between ESC Gaming and SK Gaming at the ESL Major League. Ladies and gentlemen, the second game. SK Gaming versus ESC, and we are on Tomb of the Spider Queen. This is by far the best map that ESC Gaming has in their repertoire. And to the left side, they are starting the boys in blue. It is Inviduum on Sylvanas, Snow on Zeratul, Neps on Brightwing, Gad Amherd on Jaina, and we have Antihero on ETC. To the right side of the map, it's Aragi on Anubarak. We're seeing a Snitch for SK Gaming on Vala, Bakery is playing Rhaegar, Zarmany is playing Illidan, and Rave is playing Malfurion. It's kind of fun to see someone like Bakery, who is traditionally an assassin, play support, and he did that at DreamHack several times, and he actually played a very, very good support there as well. Had a couple of really nice moves, so it's pretty cool to have a player in your lineup that is as flexible as he is when it comes to his roles and his heroes. Right now we're having a double healer composition on the side of SK Gaming. Theoretically, with the comp that they are playing, they could go into Bloodlust, since they are running Rhaegar together with heroes like Illidan and also Vala, heroes that depend heavily on their right click. But in general, one of the things that they have with this setup is, of course, on level 16, those 4 Blood for Bloods that we are used to see from the Russian Team Arthurs. They kind of popularized the build, and they did very, very well with it. They still do really well with the build, and that's why a lot of teams started to copy it, and SK is one of them, going straight into this build right now with Araragi on Anubarak. Could have chosen Tyrael to the same effect, as also the Blood for Blood available on level 16, but doesn't have as many stuns as Anubarak has in his arsenal. And of course, we're also talking about the potential level 20, where even with the rewind, you get even more crowd control and stuns into play. Usually what ESC does on this map is when they get Zagara, they want to control the 2 turn-in points. In this game, SK banned Zagara against them, and that makes a lot of sense, since they're just like so damn good against the on this map in general, especially with that hero. But right now they are probably going to try and run at least the same strategy again, controlling the turn-in points. It's going to be pretty difficult against the lineup that they're facing here. Nebsa on Brightwing already moving away. Gerd Amherd with the rotations, and that's one of the things that ESC is doing extremely well. Rotations on the map, making sure that they always have a bit of an imbalance in their favor, with heroes just like outweighing the opponents. I'm currently also seeing, in terms of level 1 talent, Brightwing going for Bribe, which I personally always find a bit odd on this map in particular, since you have only 3 camps that you can have access to anyways. So I feel like you could go for alternative talents on Brightwing here, but he decided to go into Bribe regardless. Even Scouting Drone is a talent that he can take on Brightwing that really plays off on this map. Wraith is being attacked, and Malfurion is dead. And, well, let's be honest, if anybody in here deserves to die, it's definitely Malfurion. That guy has lived for way too long. Like, he is old and fragile, and we just saw that. So, yeah, Malfurion is getting dropped first. This is definitely... this is Darwin's Law right there. Survival of the fittest. And let's be honest, Malfurion doesn't look all that fit. So, we have now level 4 talents coming to play for both of the teams, and with that we're seeing the multi-shot build just being advanced by Vala on the side of SK Gaming. The Beetle for Anubarak, so Anubarak going for the Beetles here. We're seeing Feral Heart, by the way, being chosen here. So it's not going for Farsight on a map this small, where they already have a Scouting Drone on Malfurion. Instead they're just like saying, okay, go for the Feral Heart here. Make sure that you get your extra hit point and mana regeneration, and then heal, Rhaegar, heal. Yeah. Speak! What do you think I'm doing the entire time, dude? So, Illidan getting killed here at the bot lane. A lot of pressure, actually. To the top, we're having 2 heroes trying to pressure it in against ESC, but down here at the bottom, Gerd Amherd, Snow, and Inviduum are really bringing the pain to that wall, taking both of the towers down. Inviduum with 15 of those gems, they're trying to turn in, but at the top lane, everybody is leaving Antihero alone to deal with 3 heroes. He's probably like, I got this, boys, I got this. And ESC in the past has played a lot against this Blood for Blood combo. And if you guys don't really know just yet what exactly I'm talking about, if you're a bit newer to heroes, there's a talent on level 16 that a few heroes have access to, which is called Blood for Blood, which takes hit points away from a single target, and it's 15% hit points that you take away, and you get a hit point advantage because of that. And currently SK is running 4 of those heroes, so if you apply Blood for Blood then to the same target, you basically drop it by 60% immediately without even using any of your cooldowns just yet. So that is pretty awesome, and that's the whole reason why this build is so strong. A counter against it is oftentimes Uther. Oh, Snitch getting low here. Yeah, Uther has a pretty good counter against it because he can use his Divine Shield to just like help that target out, make it invulnerable for a couple of seconds. But that's also one of the main reasons why we oftentimes see an Uburak in this combo, because he, if an Uther is in the game, can simply go for Web Blast, isolate Uther at the beginning of the attack, and then go straight for it. It's actually one of the strategies that Fnatic fell victim to earlier when Met played that, which was pretty good. We're having Antihero right now, up at the top lane. Down here, oh, Gerd is being attacked and jumps away. Antihero actually moving in with a power slide, but there's already healing ward in place for SK. We have the blue Web Weavers released, and ESC once again the team that makes the first move here. And just look at the experience bar. They already established a lead there. It's just what they do. We're having them with a follow-through talent. There is first aid on Zeratul, who went for Regeneration Master and Gathering Power. Stack-wise, he is actually up 2 stacks already. Oh, Araragi is here being attacked in the mid lane. They're really trying to defend this. It's just like rotations to all of the maps trying to deal with those spiders. Down to the bottom lane, the keep is, or the fort is already falling in HP. But in the mid lane, that is where most of the party is currently taking place. Zeratul is pressuring Snitch. Snow blinking away with his Zerg Hunter Killer skin that he has. Pretty epic skin, by the way. I really like this one. Antihero, Nepsa. It's just like rotations for them. Rotating on the maps, getting additional gems, playing a safe and sound game, not overextending too much, trying to get the structure damage in slowly and steadily. And ESC with control is always doing a very good job, and that's one of the things that makes this team so strong, that they don't really open themselves up to anything. We're having Nepsa and Invidium in the mid lane. The communication between them is just extremely good, and that is something that they use to an extent which is kind of crazy. The rotations on a small map like this for them are always very strong, and they very rarely end up in a situation where they have to take a fight that they don't want to take, just because they know where their opponents are, they have the talents for that, and they of course also have the map control, the vision. If you give them Zagara and they know where the opponents are because of the creep, there's basically like no stopping them. And right now Araragi is trying to turn in, but Invidium is immediately there. Uses the Shadow Dagger and just says, nope, you're not going to turn in right now. Up over here, Antihero is doing the same thing. Wraith on his Malfurion was trying to get a turn in too. Only has a few gems, but well, better than nothing. And you can really tell, with only 7 gems turned in so far, SK didn't get the chance to turn in. And Araragi is there. Invidium doesn't see it though, and he actually gets it a second later, and it would have been possible for him. But Antihero is getting attacked, and Snow says, alright, I'm gonna help you out, bro, and uses his skills. There we go. The dance is really there, going for the mosh pit after the Void Prison setup and get a double kill. They could maybe even drop Araragi, but they don't get close enough. And that was like 20-25 gems that SK just lost in that encounter. And of course 2 heroes as well. That earlier level 10 with the heroic ability is really working for ESC. Getting the Wailing Arrow, having also now with the Mosh Pit, the Blink Heal, we're seeing this Water Elemental being summoned. And to the bot lane, 1 fort already eliminated. ESC is just doing their thing again. And they've been doing really well in the Major League. They turn in, Bakery actually turns in and gets the Web Weavers. He kind of snuck past them, but Illidan down here gets caught out. And just look at all those gems. They're protecting them, making sure that nobody's going to get them. The Beetle jumps in, Snow is there. The kill against ETC at the top lane, but they're trying to get Araragi right now. Buddy blocking, there's the stun, he doesn't get past, and Gadam here, maybe even with an overkill, going for the Water Elemental here too. Better safe than sorry though. They get the kill in. Finally we have level 10 also on the board for SK, and that gives them Ancestral Healing. So the Web Blast, we have them with the Rain of Vengeance, Metamorphosis and Tranquility. Brightwing, they're not afraid of them jumping in. They're not afraid of the initiation here. There is no Emerald Wind. Interesting is of course going to be the level 16 talent. Once we have Blood for Blood ready for SK, it's going to be tricky for WellMed to get out of those fights without losing a target or a hero at the beginning of the battle. So that's going to be one of the interesting ones. But for now, ESC, the German team, they're doing very well. They're taking down the spiders everywhere on the map. They're really putting on the hurt, and they are a level ahead of their opponents. Taking now the Bruiser camp down here with Invidium. And this is also one of the reasons why Bright might not be the best talent here on Brightwing on the map, just because you have with Sylvanas and with Jaina already 2 heroes that are very fast usually by taking camps. Especially Sylvanas can take them very safely with the Shadow Dagger and the Black Arrow in general. passive, so that kind of works. Yeah, Snow can always blink away, and he does that. Distracts them for a second, and the turn in, therefore, at the top, where we had ESC rotating again and turning in. So they get the next Web Weavers. They are very close to level 13. They should get that talent any second now, and that means they're attacking with the Web Weavers with an extra talent. They're just saying like, boys, let's go for boss. And they're gonna take that. And that's something that SK probably knows by now, since they can still check on the tab if siege damage is still dealt, and that's the case. So they probably know about the boss attempt, but they can't do anything against it. So here we have Evasive Fire, Wormhole, Ice Block, Sprint, and Uber Rockstar. Standard talents for all of the heroes. Brightwing has a few other options there, but these days it's once again very, very popular. And just look at this push! There we have the Web Weavers moving in, we have the boss as well. The fort is down before the boss even arrives, and now they're gonna go for keep here, and they have an extra talent. They have all the cards in their hands right now. A boss, the Web Weavers, the 13 talent, 5 heroes in there. They have Sylvanas pushing with this, which is going to make it even more difficult for ESC Gaming to take down the boss and the Web Weaver. Sylvanas just using her Black Arrow to disable the tower. She can simply go with another Shadow Dagger for the keep, or that alone is already going to help out a lot. And there it is. Shadow Dagger gets the hits in. Every single hit with a Black Arrow allows the boss to go even harder onto the keep, and there it goes down. No chance expecting that. The stun against anti-hero, on the other hand, that could become a problem, but no, they're moving away. So right now, an easy keep early in the game for ESC, and now they're starting to move into the mid lane. They're like, well, guys, you can deal with the boss. We have him still taking you on and going straight for core. That allows us to go into the mid lane and kill a fort on the way back. It gives us a 3-level advantage. Level 15 versus 12. ESC on this map is just absolutely unstoppable. I really don't understand why teams don't ban out this map against ESC. I mean, I might be crazy, but I don't think I've ever seen them lose on this one. They might have. They probably have lost the map in a competitive play here. But it still is their best map, and for a good reason. There are other teams too that like this map, for sure. But still, if you are going against a team that has nearly a perfect record on the map, you should probably consider maybe playing another one. And right now, ESC is in great shape. But maybe SK is starting a comeback. Can they kill Gerd? It looks like they will. No! Illidan Metamorphosis, and he takes them down. Illidan with a kill, and maybe this is the start of the comeback. They have the 13 talent. They're going for the Feral Lunge. We're having them also on Illidan with the damage build. Not going for his evasion talent, but instead straight for Giant Killer. And with that, we're having them also on the Spell Shield, not going for the Burning Rage, which Team Arthurs oftentimes take. So suddenly it is SK. They gain a bit momentum here, and they're starting to use that to put pressure onto the mid lane. And they can also rotate towards the turning point and start turning in. They have 52 gems that they could get rid of. And that's exactly what they're trying to do here. Already Araragi turning his piece in. And we're having up here Scouting Drone eliminated, as they are still trying to make sure that they know exactly where ESC is positioned when they're moving in. For ESC, one of the big advantages that they are going to have is, of course, that level 16 talent that any second should be ready for the team. One more wave, all they need. Anti-hero realizes that and goes straight for the wave over here. Neps is helping him out with that. Up to the top, Get Up here already lying in wait. Snow is just waiting too. And here we have it. 3 more creeps, and they get those. 1, 2, and no 16 just yet. Any second. There it is. Level 16, double bombs. Is it Critterize? Yep, Critterize over Sticky Powder. We have that a lot these days, actually. And in this case, Northern Exposure being chosen, as well as Blood for Blood and Imposing Presence. So once again, the 16 talents, of course, now great for ESC. But keep in mind that a whole lot hinges on the 16 talent for SK Gaming. They are going for a Blood for Blood comp. We've been talking about that the entire time. And yes, they lost one of the keeps, but still. If you're suddenly up against the level 16 talent of your opponent, a lot can happen there. Snow, there comes... Oh, is he gonna go for the Void Prison? Reign of Vengeance? No Void Prison yet, and we're having Web Blast already used. Snitch barely alive. That Ravenous Spirit was great. Here comes Snow in again. Anti-hero goes for his own abilities. Amoni is being killed first. Yeah, he made them dance. ATC with a mosh pit. It was actually kind of like at first when you look at it in the mosh pit and then suddenly you see that Void Prism, you might think, oh my god, Zeratul just screwed that up, but actually he didn't. he isolated them even farther, and he made sure that nobody had close enough to Illidan to help him out. So they get the kill on Illidan, that's the important one, and since then SK is in full retreat. They're trying to get away here. Nepsa, they could jump in again, and they do, and they start to take down Wraith. Yes, the last shot on Jaina takes him on. Gets the kill, and now they have 2 of the opponent's heroes down. Level 16, this is 14. Core is already being attacked by the catapults over here. But again, I want to highlight that once more. The dangerous moment for ESC is going to be that moment that SK Gaming hits level 16. That is going to be the dangerous moment. Once the 16 is there with that quadruple blood for blood. The Blue Web Weavers are in game again. And I mean, ESC knows all of that. So they are absolutely aware of that threat that's looming at the horizon. What they are trying to do is just capitalize on that advantage that they have as much as they can. And they turn in again, they release another Web Weaver set, and if they're able to take another keep with that, that would be great for them. The boss at the top lane is of course right now not available since we have the Web Weavers up, but it's also not up yet, so it will be in a bit, but they are starting to get more and more experience. They are working towards level 20, but SK is 1.5 levels behind. Here comes ESC, they are starting to move in, pressuring the bot lane, as at the top we're having 3 heroes taking care of the first Web Weaver. Can they kill another keep? That is what SK is going to try to prevent. Saving the keep somehow, just somehow making it happen, that's what they're going to try and do here. Once again, towers down, Web Weaver in the mid lane is being attacked. There's like 2 heroes, Auragi and Bakery are there. Black Arrow is immobilizing, or like is making sure that the keep is not going to do anything, and yeah, they're going to lose this one. Keep is gone, and that is great, and now it's all about the 16 talent, and that's going to hit any second now for SK. There it is, quadruple blood for blood incoming. 1, 2, 3, 4, and Tenacious Roots as well. This is the time when SK can start to make a comeback. They have the same talent, they're 2 levels behind, that's true. That is a stat disadvantage, but it's all about the talents now. All about the talents. Can they go into the battle? Can they take that fight? Can they isolate a hero, take it down, and then start to clean up? We're having... wow, that would be a ballsy move. Going for boss? The balls of steel. ESC is putting them on the table, and SK doesn't realize what's happening, and oh boy do they have burst damage, don't they? And look at this boss, like zip, and the hit points are gone, just like that. Yeah, SK realizes what's happening, but it's a bit too late, and that was a... it was a ballsy choice, but it was a good choice. That working out is great for them. Zarmany is already there, double bombs hitting him hard. Oh, nice silence, but the heal goes through regardless. Oh, well done here, ETC. Woo! 5-man mosh pit, the dream! Snitch is gone and Nuburak is dead. Everybody for ESC is still alive. They get 3 kills, they get 4 kills. They're like blood for who? What are you talking about, dude? Like level 16? Scary? Yeah, screw that, because we are gonna drop these boys. And we are gonna drop them hard. 4 are down, the perfect Void Prism and Mosh Pit. The dream is alive. Great play by ESC. I mean, that was just stellar. That was absolutely good. Very, very well done. Very well, and an absolutely amazing finish there. A 2-0 for ESC against SK Gaming here at the ESL Major League. Congratulations to them. Really well played, and SK Gaming losing the series against their opponents. ESC Gaming with a 2-0 victory against SK. Amazing performance here. Really, really well played what they did on this map. It's their best map and their best map by far. I don't really remember them losing on this map at all. I haven't really seen any games where they didn't take it here. And their performance here was absolutely exceptional. Those Void Prisms combined with, of course, the Mosh Pit on ETC were absolutely great, and they did so much work. The dream in the last fight, a 5-man Void Prism, was absolutely insane. They got everything off there, and even the blood for blood didn't help SK Gaming. Congratulations to ESC and ETC as well, both of them. ESC Gaming takes it with a 2-0, takes down SK Gaming. Very well done, gives them a solid position in the Major League right now, and they are definitely aiming for the top. So congratulations to the boys. Entertaining matches as well. If you like them, give the video a thumbs up on YouTube, drop a comment in the comment section. I'm gonna see you guys next time with more Heroes of the Storm content on Khaldor TV. Have a great day, have a great weekend, and see you soon. Bye bye.